Hey there, I hope you're doing well today, and thanks for clicking on this video on how to apply for your EIN online at the IRS's website. Now, before we get started, I do want to mention that if you're out there browsing around on how to apply for your EIN, you'll notice a lot of companies that charge for this service. I've seen them charge upwards of $100, and to me it's a ripoff because you can come to the irs.gov website and you can get it for free. And it only takes about 10 minutes. So if you're out there and you see one of those companies, just know that you don't have to go through them. You can actually just come to the IRS's website to get it, okay? Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. First, go to the irs.gov website, and then under the Tools section, click Apply for an EIN online. Great. And you'll notice here on the top, they do have hours of operation. So sometimes if you apply for an EIN outside of these hours, you won't be able to finish the application. You'll get an error message. So just know that if you're applying outside of those hours, okay? Alright, let's go ahead and scroll down to the bottom here and click Apply Online Now. Okay, go ahead and click OK. Great. This is the EIN Assistant homepage, and before we begin the application, I want you to notice these links in blue. As you go throughout the application, you'll notice these a lot, and the IRS does a really great job of making this process really easy. If you see any links that you don't understand, you can click on it, and this dialog box will pop up and kind of give you some more information. So just keep that in mind as we go throughout in case you get lost. Alright, let's go ahead and click Begin Application. And the first question is, what type of legal structure is applying for the EIN? Now, I'm going to assume that you're a sole proprietor since you visited howtobeasoleproprietor.com. So you will go ahead and click that checkbox. Now, obviously, if you were a corporation or applying for a corporate EIN or an LLC EIN, you will click one of these boxes. Let's go ahead and click Continue. And the next question, they want to know if we are a household employer or a sole proprietor. You're probably a sole proprietor. A household employer is somebody who employs people in their home, as you can see here, like babysitters, nannies, maids. And if you have a question about it, you can click on that link. And again, here's that handy dialog box, okay? So go ahead and click Sole Proprietor and click Continue. In this screen, the IRS just wants us to confirm our selection, so go ahead and click Continue. And now the IRS wants to know why we are requesting an EIN. Did we start a new business? Did we hire employees? Is it to open a business checking account, etc.? I'm going to go ahead and click Started a New Business. And if you're out there and you're thinking, hey, I didn't start a new business, I've been in business for a while now, I just want to get an EIN to protect my privacy, you can go ahead and click Start a New Business anyway. That's fine. And of course, if you hired employees and that's why you're applying for one, you would click Hired Employees. So I'm going to leave it here on Started a New Business. Go ahead and click Continue. And now they just want to know some information about you. So you're going to put in your first name, your last name, and your social security number. Great. Then go ahead and click I am the sole proprietor. Click Continue. And now they just want your physical address. So go ahead and put in your street address here, your city, state, and zip code. And then lastly, your phone number. Great. Okay, and if you have a mailing address that is different from your physical address, you can go ahead and click Yes here. But if you don't, leave it at No. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at No. And click Continue. Great, you might get this screen. This is basically just an address verification. The IRS has a slightly different address in their database than what I entered. So I'm going to go ahead and accept their database version. You can keep yours as entered if yours is correct, but if the IRS address is correct, you want to go ahead and click Accept Database Version. Great. Okay, they want a little bit more information about the sole proprietorship. So the first question they have is, do you have a trade name or a doing business as name? If you don't know what that is, you can click here. And basically a doing business as name is a name that you operate under that's different from your own name. So for example, let's say your name's Bobby Smith, okay? And you own a landscaping company and it's called Bobby's Gardens. You would put, well, you wouldn't put that. You would put Bobby's Gardens here, right? So Bobby's Gardens, and that would be that. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that blank, okay? Then you put in your county here, your state, and you would select a start date. I'm going to make something up. And again, if you've already been in business, this start date's kind of arbitrary. You can just put in today's date, that's fine. And then click continue. Okay, and this next screen, this is pretty important here, okay? You're going to go over each of these questions and you're going to check yes to any that apply to you. I'm going to go ahead and click no, except for the last one, because I want to show you what happens when you click yes, okay? Basically, when you click yes on any one of these, after you click continue here, another screen will pop up that'll just ask you more questions about the questions you clicked yes on, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and leave yes on employees so you can see what those screens look like. So go ahead and check off yes or no, whichever applies to you. And again, if you're just a sole proprietor that's in business by yourself and you don't have any employees, then you can click no here, okay? All right, so go ahead and click continue. And so here's some questions about my employees. So I'm going to go ahead and just make some stuff up here so you can see. You want to know how many other employees, so I'm just going to put one other employee. Then they ask me about tax liability. And when you're an employer and you have employees, you usually withhold taxes from their check. That's essentially what this question is. I'm going to click no and click continue. Okay, now they want to know what industry we're in. So, you know, whatever industry you're in, if you're in construction, you know, if you're a carpenter, a remodeler, if you're in food service, if you've got a little restaurant or something, go ahead and just click the industry that applies to you. I'm just going to pick something here. Let's see, I'm going to pick construction and click continue. Okay, now they want to know a little more specifically what it is that I do. So I'm going to make something up. So let's say I do concrete. Okay, click continue. And again, your screen is going to be different depending on what you selected. All right, this is the end of the road. So when you see this screen, the EIN confirmation screen, you've done everything correctly. You're going to go ahead and you can click receive letter online, and if you click this option, an Adobe PDF will pop up and it'll have your employer identification number on it, and you want to go ahead and save that PDF for your permanent records. If for whatever reason you'd rather receive it by mail, you can click this option and you can get it by mail. But that's it. See, that was relatively simple. It was free. It probably only took about 10 minutes. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the video and you found it useful, I'd appreciate it if you could comment on it, maybe share it with some friends. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with us at howtobeasoleproprietor.com. Thanks. Have a good day.